Down here in the mine, we are looking for traces of microbial life in the salt, which is 250 million years old and evaporated, or was formed when the Zechstein Sea evaporated. And in the brine of that sea, there was a lot of microbial life, and they were adapted to very high salinity. I would like to identify their geochemical fingerprint so that we know what kind of trace organic matter we would have to look out for at other planets, for example on Mars. So we collaborate with scientists from NASA, and they are preparing for the next Mars mission. The last places on Mars where you would have potentially encountered microbial life would have been the evaporating Martian oceans. And basically the organic matter that these microbes on Mars would have left behind in the evaporites would be pretty much what we would see here. So basically here we want to create a biogeochemical fingerprint of this organic matter, then compare that with microbial communities and their makeup in modern systems. That would allow the NASA experts to design detectors or analytical instruments that can fit it to the Mars rover as small and compact as possible, because they will do very targeted analyses. The special feature we have here actually is that we are close to the margins of that Zechstein Sea. So the coast back then was only 30–40 kilometers away. And that means that this part of the Zechstein Sea basin was susceptible to climatically controlled sea level changes. So at times the sea level was very low and the deposits here became exposed and dried up. And that formed desiccation cracks in the salt, which when it became more humid again were backfilled with organic matter from either biomass that was produced in that new sea or came in from the continent. For example, we find leaf waxes in these desiccation cracks, which we can analyze for their isotopic composition, carbon and hydrogen isotopes, and that gives us clues as to what kind of vegetation we had on the adjacent landmass, or what the hydrology was like, so whether it was very arid, semi-arid, so what kind of environment we had at the time on the adjacent landmass. So that's a special feature of the salt here that we don't see in Central Europe, where we are more in the center of the basin, and the same salt is like more than 100 meters thick, and here it's just 7 meters.